to my channel, Coin Lady, and thank you for returning. Ripple XRP and Xrp Hbar are two fantastic digital assets that, in my view, will disrupt nearly every market and business in the world. Both firms are enormous and powerful, and we will be discussing it. In terms of total assets, our online tokenization is more valuable than Defiance. Furthermore, this will simply keep expanding. Now this is something that comes from channeling. To fill in the blanks for those who are unaware. I see. There are a plethora of DTCC, Swift, big, elite TradFi names that are associated with channeling. Even if it's easy to find fault with it, it remains one of the largest blue chips in the market. Bring up topics such as the revenue model. I completely understand. I see. Still, this is still early on. Having said that, take a look at the prices listed above. When you compare the current state of crypto with these figures, it becomes clear that there is a lot of ground to cover. For the simple reason that the cryptocurrency market is worth over $2.5 trillion. Returning to the all-time high in 2021, I believe it was somewhat more than $3 trillion, in contrast to other markets such as the debt market, which is $100 trillion, and the stock market. The figures above are just mind-boggling: $106 trillion for global real estate and $380 trillion for everything else. Also, everyone seems to be under the impression that the cryptocurrency market could reach $10 trillion by 2030. By 2030, it might have arrived. Looking at technology as a whole, I find it difficult to foretell where cryptocurrency will go. What we are witnessing with tokenization right now is a huge innovation, and I always take notice of it. This is essentially a fire, isn't it? It will spread rapidly once it begins. Then, after the first trillion hits chain, we will witness 10 trillion and 100 trillion. We will promptly follow up thereafter. That seems completely insane, and I get it. But until we witness the success of tokenization in every business, we will all be able to appreciate the value. We've lost. Alternatively, I could argue that perhaps it's game on. Asset tokenization is more than just a tech advancement, it represents a sea change in the way assets are managed and owned in our increasingly digital society. However, I did write another piece about this in my recent channeling with KPMG. This is a joint effort between KPMG and the Singapore FinTech Association. We can observe that facilitating the smooth exchange of data and applications across on-chain and off-chain marketplaces, as well as between legacy and emerging participant systems, is becoming an increasingly important aspect of the industry's tokenized asset transaction lifecycle. And this is where the whole process unfolds. Since this is all about smart contracts, you need also consider the internal transactions involved. Consider the underlying market as well as distributed ledger technology, DLT, and blockchain issues. After tokenization, everything will be on the chain, including sales, purchases, trades, swaps, and every other type of transaction that needs to be recorded on the chain. Please consider the magnitude of this development for the leading tokenization networks in the industry. They have a good chance of benefiting from the current tokenization situation. On top of that, Xrp has been making waves as of late. I even made a video discussing the partnership between Xrp and Chainlink, and how they plan to attack tokenization. This is what connects Xrp and a handful of other participants, such, say, Amazon Web Services and the Hash Graph, to the August 2nd event in Hong Kong, which unlocks breakthroughs and maximizes blockchain technology. Meetings, conferences, or whatever you want to call them, are my favorite, since here is when we start to witness some serious debates. These kinds of gatherings are great because they highlight the current state of innovation and the adoption cycle, as well as what's to come in the next few weeks, months, and years. The importance of not losing sight of the big picture shouldn't be underestimated, in my opinion. Looking at the chart, at Hbar XRP, for example, makes it easy to see that it isn't doing much. Investment is investing, indeed. There is a limit to how high things can go, you know. The market goes sideways, then sells off somewhat before going up again. Return to the .com, I always say. Hey Bubble, why don't you check out Amazon stock? I guess so. Someone may have been a genius if they had invested in Amazon in, say, such and so year and held on till now. Yes, many of these older coins have the same problem with cryptocurrency. There are a lot of networks that are transitioning to blue chips currently. Notwithstanding the opinions expressed in the comments section and the opinions expressed regarding Hbar XRP. To me, it makes no difference. After all, we are either putting our money into the foundation upon which the new world will stand, or we are putting it into empty promises and desires. Those are the sole two possible uses for this area. Given the current state of affairs and the actions taken by major financial institutions like the International Monetary Fund, the World Economic Forum, and the Bank for International Settlements, BIS, it is evident that a new era of tokenization and plug-and-play distributed ledger technology, DLT, is on the horizon. Time will eventually pass with the implementation of rules that cause long-debated coins like XRP and Hbar to realize their genuine worth as a result of their practical applications. As an aside from that, we have TALM solutions and the DESIS protocol from ZoneX, which feature integrated chain links, industry-standard CCIP, and proof of reserve, which unleash new opportunities for global asset management. With this upgrade, our online tokenization becomes even more transparent and increases cross-chain liquidity. Oh Sonex, I saw that a lot of people are saying that now. Makes no difference, does it? The reason being that their number of followers is a meager 941. That we can now use follower numbers as an indicator of someone's level of experience in the crypto investment strategy is, to me, somewhat hilarious. When we consider that the company has just 941 followers, we can see that it is a poor investment and that it is essentially participating in a massive nothing event. We now base investments on a company's follower account, which is amusing because that's how things have truly evolved. It makes me laugh. ZoneX's PSIST and TALM's integration of channeling CCIP and proof of reserve has opened up new possibilities for global asset management and trading, but that's beside the point. Here we can observe that the market for tokenizing assets is growing rapidly and is expected to surpass $30 trillion by 2034. That number of 16 trillion by 2030 is hilarious, by the way. Well, by 2034, it will have risen to 30 trillion. Thus, this will essentially quadruple in value in 4 years. Quite intriguing, isn't it? Tokenization will essentially heat up at that rate. On the other hand, this is all about interoperability between chains. Thank you for watching my channel and for subscribing. I'll see you later.